The state of Utah is full of proud farmers, teachers, students, leaders, families, and agriculturalists.
You might be wondering what all of these things have in common, and that is the Utah FFA Association. With over 7,000 members and 170 teachers, the Utah FFA works to promote premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through agricultural education.
To be able to do this, we need supporters like you, and we want to show our pride for the FFA and agriculture by driving across our beautiful state with an FFA license plate.
The license plate is important because not only can you show your support, but the funds go directly back to the Utah FFA Foundation. Here's how you can get your hands on a Utah FFA license plate. First, go to utahffafoundation.org. Click on the tab Ways to Give. Then scroll to License Plate Programs. Once there, you will need to download your license plate application. Fill in all the information and email it back to mckenna.walentine@usu.edu. After you have successfully completed your application, you can mail a check or submit the fee through the Donate Now button on the screen. The initial fee is $45. After that, $25 will go directly to Utah FFA Foundation each time you register your vehicle. Afterward, you can await your Utah FFA license plate.
Your support will help the Utah FFA in its endeavors in helping FFA students with awards, scholarships, and SAE projects.
We want to give a way for our members, supporters, and teachers to have a voice.
Don't forget to grab your digital event bag and head over to our virtual expo to see special deals and connect with many of our sponsors.
You can visit our expo by clicking on the link in this video's description.
We'd like to thank our session sponsors, Dairy West and Gosner Foods. Thank you so much for your support to Utah FFA.
Every day we work hard with passion and purpose for him, for her, for them, for us, here and over there, because we are proud to have a job that connects us all. We are more than farmers. We are Dairy West.
In 1930, Edwin Gosner immigrated to the U.S. from Switzerland, bringing the old artisan cheesemaker ways along with him. We have continued to look after those old world ways of making the finest Swiss cheese and dairy products in the world. Now in its 5th generation, Gosner Foods takes pride in providing new opportunities, smiles, and memories to families just like yours. Gosner Foods. Nature provided, we perfected.
something new. From up here you can't beat the view. Just watch me now. Just watch me now. I got something for you, a little more for you. You won't believe your eyes. Just watch me now. Just watch me now. I got something for you, a little more for you. You won't believe your eyes. Just watch me now. Just watch me now. Just watch me now. Just watch me now. From New York to LA, east to the west. Go on and crown me king. I'm the best of the best. Just watch me now. Just watch me now.
Introducing your 2019-2020 Utah FFA State Officer Team. Your President, Kaylee Hopkins. Vice President, Micah Joe Waymont. The Secretary, Sabrina Hayes.
Just watch me now.
Your Treasurer, Jackson Bandley.
Just watch me now. Just watch me now. Just watch
The
me
reporter, Gracie Wilkinson. And your Sentinel, Jaden Roberts.
I got something for you, a little more for you. You won't believe your eyes. Just watch me now. Just watch me now. Just watch me now.
The term girl power doesn't come close to describing these two. When you put them together, prepare to be amazed and laugh a lot. Members and guests, get ready to laugh and reflect on this past unique but special year with our session chairs, Micah Joe and Gracie Hope.
In this, the final session of the 92nd Utah FFA State Convention, we will recognize some of our outstanding members, ag teachers, and past state officers. We'll also hear the retiring address of our state president, Miss Kaylee Hopkins.
Then we will reflect on the year we've shared together during the Year in Review slideshow. So, without further ado, let's get started.
I truly felt that we walked away from every chapter visit or activity having learned something new.
Each chapter is unique and home to a variety of individuals with vast strengths and talents. This next award recognizes some specific chapters and the good work they are doing. Chapters receiving the 5-Star Chapter Award are Fremont, Green Canyon, Gunnison Valley, Lehigh, Lone Peak, Manila, Moon Lake, Morgan, Mountain Crest, North Summit, Payson, Pleasant Grove, Spanish Fork, Tooele, Uinta, Wasatch, Weber, and Westlake.
We would like to introduce to you
the girl who has always chosen to be the kind kid over the cool kid.
The girl who believes that what's on the inside is far greater than what's on the outside.
The girl who always makes time to serve others and is unapologetically herself.
Her contagious laugh and shining smile light up every room she walks into.
The girl who has many talents but always remains the true definition of humble and genuine.
The girl that we are so proud to call our little sister.
Your 2019-2020 Utah FFA State President.
With her retiring address, choose to be
Kaylee Hopkins.
I held door from a stranger, a smile in the coffee line, the mailman knocking on your door with the letter you've been waiting for, progress when you've been testing, mom texts when you've been stressing, fresh sheets and a clean house can make all the difference somehow. A change in attitude from a moment of gratitude. It's the little things that matter.
Kaylee, you better not cliff jump without a life jacket. You can't even swim. What if you can't see the bottom and there's rocks?
These were the voices inside my head on a hot sunny day in St. George. I made the decision to go cliff jumping at Sand Hollow with the seniors on my volleyball team. Although it wasn't a very smart decision to make. Picture this, a girl who can't swim on the edge of a cliff 25 feet above the water. Yeah, that girl is me. As I'm on the edge of the cliff, I contemplate jumping. I take a deep breath, look down, and decide not to. Then I thought, don't think, just do. I jumped. There was so much going through my mind, I don't even think I screamed. When I finally hit the water, I floated straight to the top. Then, as I started to doggy paddle for my life, my good friend Sierra Fife was at the bottom waiting for me. She was worried that I would drown, but thankfully, I didn't. It's crazy how you can make a simple choice in a short amount of time. One small act can make a big difference. I want to share a clip with you from one of my favorite movies, The Choice. The main character, Travis, tells us the secret to life. He says the whole thing is about decision making. The little, seemingly insignificant decisions that clear the road for monster truck life-altering ones. You see, there's a constellation of choices we get to make in this life. If we focus on the small choices we make every day, such as being ourselves and being kind to others, then the choices that could potentially alter your life will be much easier to make. The one small act to be kind encourages others to do the same. It creates a ripple effect because one small act can make a big difference. Going into freshman year, we all have a lot of decisions to make. What electives we want to take, what clubs to be involved in, what sports to play, the list goes on. Having two older sisters before me, I sort of fell into their footsteps. I absolutely loved volleyball and had been playing ever since middle school. And I got into softball just like my sisters did. Plus, I saw what FFA had done for them, so of course I wanted to be a part of that too. On the other hand, I wanted to make my own mark and be my own person. There was one person in high school that helped me do just that. That person is my friend Hugo. Hugo was my lunch buddy when I thought I had nobody to sit by. He was the one who helped me make my own mark and reminded me to be myself. Freshman year was hard for some of us and maybe easier for others. For me, it was awesome until lunchtime. Some of my friends had older siblings who drove them to lunch, and some people lived close enough to the school that they just walked home. For me, that was not the case. It was just me and the cafeteria. At first it was tough.
I did not know who to sit by. I remember getting my lunch and trying to find somebody that was sitting alone. I looked around, and at one table, I found somebody sitting by themselves. That's the day I met Hugo. That one small act gave me an amazing friend. I sat by Hugo quite a bit, and he told me lots of stories about when he was younger. He talked about how he got bullied, and people would always make up mean sayings that would rhyme with his name. Whether we've been bullied or not, I'm sure we can all relate. Think about this for a second. Was there a time when you felt unwanted? A time where you thought nobody cared what you had to say? I know all of us have had a time where we didn't feel happy or good about ourselves. It happens to all of us. When it happened to Hugo, he knew something had to change. So he stopped caring what other people thought of him. Hugo wanted to be the one to have small acts that would make a big difference. He said hi to almost everybody he saw when he walked down the hallway. People started to love Hugo and saw a friend in him. Hugo and I helped each other out. We both started to be the true us and did the things we enjoyed. We tried to make everybody's day just by smiling and saying hi. I think we can all learn from the lessons Hugo taught not only me, but also those around him. It's okay not to fit in. It's okay to do your own thing. And it's okay to be proud of yourself. We can't get caught up in all of the decision making. Instead, we need to focus on the little things. And along the way, we will find out who we are meant to be. We need to focus on the small choices we make every day, such as being ourselves, working hard, having a good attitude, being positive, including others, encouraging others, and showing gratitude. It is then that we realize who we want to be. Are you going to make the little choices like complimenting others? Are you going to sit by the kid that's all alone? Are you going to choose to be yourself and not care what others think? It seems like we always have some excuse for not spreading kindness. The most common excuse is having a rough day or feeling discouraged. For me, those rough days seemed to never end during my sophomore year. Volleyball was my favorite sport, and when I felt like I wasn't good enough, I got down on myself, and it was rough. At this time during volleyball, my coaches were still deciding what team they wanted me to play on and what position they wanted me to play. During practices, I was switching between the varsity gym and the freshman gym and felt pressured to perform well. As you could imagine, it was very discouraging. I remember coming home one day when my mom told me there was a gift for me on my front porch. As I opened the gift, I came across a small letter with my name on it and a picture frame filled with encouraging words. Never quit. If you stumble, get back up. What happened yesterday no longer matters. Today's another day. So get back on track and move closer to your dreams and goals. You can do it. I still don't know who gave me that note and picture frame, but what I do know is that they're the type of person that goes out of their way to help someone else. That one small act made a huge difference to me and reminded me that everything was going to be okay. I just had to make the choice to keep going and keep working hard. Visiting so many different schools this year has been one of the most rewarding experiences ever. I saw acts of kindness every day. I got to travel to Carbon High School and met a chapter officer named Jace Rutherford. He was so kind to Micah and I as he spotted us in the hallway. He had the biggest smile on his face. That day, I found out that Jace had been through many trials. But those trials don't stop Jace from brightening up a room with a smile and using his kind words to uplift others. After meeting Jace, I was reminded of something I learned at this year's Utah Leadership Conference. It was a good time. Am I right? Kent Julian, our guest speaker, told us that big is little and little is big. It's such a simple concept, and it's so true. Little acts of kindness can make a big difference in someone's life. Just like when Hugo made his act to tell me his story, and whoever left that note and picture frame filled with encouragement. These acts made a big difference to me and reminded me that little is big. We need to recognize the kindness in our lives, and we need to be that kindness. Kindness comes in all sorts of shapes and sizes, just like confetti does. One of my favorite sayings is spread kindness like confetti. Members and guests, we need to find ways to spread kindness constantly. How many of us truly accept a compliment? Do we recognize the kind people in our lives that are constantly helping us? Maybe it's the other way around. You could be the one helping out a friend by writing a small letter just to remind them that they are truly amazing. Giving them courage when maybe they ran out. Or just some motivation to get them through that hard week. It can be anything. Remember, big is little and little is big. We need to be more like Hugo, Jace, and the mystery person that left that gift on my front porch. We need to spread kindness, even if it's just a little bit at a time. There's a quote in my mom's library that says, "Some kids are smarter than you. Some kids have cooler clothes than you do. Some kids are better at sports than you. It doesn't matter. You have your thing too. Be the kid who can get along. Be the kid who is generous. Be the kid who is happy for other people. Be the kid who does the right thing. Be the nice kid." FFA members and guests, we can all be the nice kid. We live in a world where being the nice kid gets forgotten or put on the back burner because choices can be scary. We feel as if we need to pretend to be something we're not in order to fit in, make new friends, be the popular kid, be respected, be a part of something bigger, hide who we actually are, or match others' perception of normal. We all have big choices to make in this life. But the most important choice is finding yourself, choosing to be yourself, and choosing to be kind. Because the bottom line is, if you can be anything in this life, choose to be kind. Utah FFA, thanks for showing me your kindness this past year. Focus on the small choices you make every day, because it starts with you. So choose to be the good this world needs. Utah FFA, choose to be kind.
Kaylee, your life motto, spread kindness around like confetti, was demonstrated greatly this year as you loved those around you deeply. Your leadership and integrity was a constant on this team, and your guidance was appreciated and admired. The FFA members were always at the heart of your every action, and if more people had hearts like yours, the world would be a better place. Remember who you are, love. Jaden, Jackson, Micah, Sabrina, and Gracie. Utah FFA, for the final time, your 2019-2020 State President, Kaylee Hopkins.
Actions speak louder than words, and together we can change
said that difficult, windy, and not even able to see the lines roads lead to beautiful destinations. No one knows the truth of this statement more than the next recipients of this award. Roads filled with long hours, hard work, and never giving up led these FFA members to success, growth, recognition, and reward.
These next individuals deserve every bit of recognition as the State Star winners in the following categories: State Star Agribusiness, Agriscience, Farmers, and Placement.
The third runner-up is Mitchell Sorensen of the Gunnison Valley FFA chapter. He is the son of Kevin and Amy Sorensen, and his FFA advisor is Jesse Burrell. Mitchell works for his uncles Lane and Sherwin Sorensen on their forage and cattle operation, Sand Pitch Beef. Mitchell was motivated to begin working for the beef cattle operation when his uncles retired from dairy farming and started raising beef cattle. Mitchell has spent many hours building fence for the cattle and has been involved in all aspects of the beef operation, from feeding and fencing to pregnancy testing and artificial insemination. Mitch also raises forage for the cattle from planting to harvest. Mitchell's future goals include graduating from college and having a forage and beef operation of his own. The second runner-up is Tanner Voorhees of the Spanish Fork FFA chapter. He is the son of Mindy and Preston Voorhees. His advisors are Chalisa Warren and Kaylee Lydiard. Tanner has grown up helping at the family-owned meatpacking plant and farm. As he started his FFA career, he got more involved with Circle V Meat and was given 4 main duties. He runs the feedlot feeding cattle and sorting them for harvest. He also deals with waste management of the blood and paunch. He works at the packing plant with processing of meat, including sausage and specialty products. In addition, he works on the farm with the alfalfa and triticale production. He plans to become an electrician and manage the family feedlot. The first runner-up is Courtney Law from the Skyview FFA chapter. She is the daughter of Corey and Stacy Law. Her advisors are Clinton Aston, Dave Erickson, and Janessa Richardson. Courtney's SAE started with a job offer to work at the USU Animal Science Farm in Wellsville, Utah. There, she has accomplished many goals and learned many skills. Those skills include becoming proficient in preparing animals for surgery, aiding in the delivery of various species, and assisting in multiple research projects. Some of Courtney's future goals are to expand her beef herd, raise and sell show hogs, and attend cosmetology school this coming fall. Her plan is then to attend Utah State University to pursue a degree in animal science. And the winner is Raul Angel from the Timpanogos FFA chapter. He is the son of Raul and Liliana Angel. His advisor is Hope Blackburn. Raul always had a passion for horses, especially horse racing. When he first stumbled upon chariot racing, he fell in love. He was given the opportunity to join a chariot racing team and has been able to build his skills in the chariots. His responsibilities include harnessing the horses and assisting with training. He is trusted with being a header in the gates for Grant Racing Team. Raul plans to become an entrepreneur fabricator, diesel mechanic, and a professional racehorse trainer. In the future, he hopes to have his own team. The third runner-up is Ayla Marine from the Moon Lake FFA chapter. She is the daughter of Alaric and Stacy Marine. Her advisor is Monica Wells. Ayla's interest in cattle production began at an early age. She is the 4th generation on a family-owned and operated cattle ranch where she is involved in all aspects of the family business. She has learned practical horsemanship, cattle handling skills, how to operate farm machinery, and how to implement regenerative agricultural practices. Ayla has also learned how to market and sell her family's natural grass-fed beef. Ayla plans to receive a college education, return to the family ranch, and become an advocate for the future of agriculture. The second runner-up is Lance Jensen from the Spanish Fork FFA chapter. He is the son of Terry and Kurt Jensen. His advisors are Chalisa Warren and Kaylee Lydiard. Lance has a love for the outdoors. He wanted to be able to preserve his own hunting trophies and so developed his business, Jensen Skulls. He uses beetles to clean the skulls of a variety of animals including deer, elk, bison, ducks, and geese. He learned the joys and discomforts of agricultural life when he lost all of his beetles and had to restart. He stuck with it and has been able to learn about marketing and producing the best end product. He plans to continue his business in the future while attending school to become an agriculture teacher. The first runner-up is Jackson George from the Mountain View FFA chapter. Jackson is the son of Josh and Jenna George. His advisors are Lena Badsgard and Cash Williams. Jackson began his SAE 5 years ago, mowing 6 lawns during the summer. He started with 1 mower and 1 weed whacker and has grown his business to include 3 mowers, 2 weed whackers, and now mows 21 lawns. He has developed skills in quality lawn care, business and finance management, mechanical repair, and customer service. He has worked to improve the efficiency and quality of his work. He's learned to keep accurate records and develop and write invoices. Jackson plans to serve a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and then plans to study at Utah State University, majoring in engineering and prototyping. And the winner is Mattia Townsend from the American Fork FFA chapter. She is the daughter of Terry and Christy Townsend. Her advisors are Danny Blackhurst and Camille Smith. Mattia's SAE started in 2017 when she became old enough to carry on her mother's business of teaching horseback riding lessons that had been discontinued in 2015. Starting with 2 students, she slowly worked her way up to teaching 10 students a week. Mattia is always looking for ways to improve her program. She does this by attending training clinics, developing her leadership skills, and by keeping her horses healthy. In the future, she plans on furthering her education at Utah State University, then continuing to ride horses and work with animals while sharing her passion with others. The third runner-up is Taylor Stevens from the Westlake FFA chapter. She is the daughter of Joseph and Melissa Stevens. Her advisors are Michael Gowans and Jaden Beagley. Taylor's interest in research projects started at an early age in junior high. She has accomplished many ag science projects from baking products to turkey growth. She has placed in the top 3 with her science projects. Taylor's projects are always well thought out and organized. She plans to continue on with more projects in the future. The second runner-up is Sarah Farnsworth from the Timpanogos FFA chapter. Her parents are John and Debbie Farnsworth. Her advisor is Hope Blackburn. Sarah's SAE began in 10th grade where she took a floriculture class and realized her passion for plants. She interned at Red Mountain Wholesale Floral and has ran 3 agri-science experiments based on her gained knowledge from her internship and previous classes. She focused 2 experiments on improving customer satisfaction by increasing vase life of cut flowers through her experiments. Additionally, she studied nitrogen transfer in sloped fields. Sarah will be attending Utah State University in the fall studying animal science, where she plans to further her degree and become a veterinarian. The first runner-up is Julia Selman from the Bear River FFA chapter. She is the daughter of Brett and Michelle Selman. Her advisors include TJ Rhodes, Melissa Ingram, Dave Schaefer, and Wesley Burrell. She's been raised on her family's sheep and cattle operation. Freshman year, she started looking into plant seed varieties that could potentially withstand wildfire. Throughout high school, she expanded her project by testing over 14 different varieties. She's learned about making ground more fire-resistant, helping rangeland recover at a faster rate, and reducing negative side effects of wildfires. She shared her knowledge with her family's ranch, landowners, and seed companies in northern Utah. Julia hopes that her research can help improve the quality of range ground. Her future plans include serving a church mission and attending Snow College for a career in agriculture. And the winner is Jace Marriott from the Fremont FFA chapter. He is the son of Chad and Kara Marriott. His advisors are Austin Butler, Craig Demarest, Clyde Ellertson, Cassie Joyner, Justin Selman, Laurel Selman, and Angela Pontius. Jace's research started after he began selling corn seed to local farmers. Jace wondered which varieties would be the most productive for silage in Weber County and decided to test yield and total digestible nutrients. This included planting, harvesting, and testing the silage. Jace later tested fermented silage and worked with the Ogden Grain Lab. This data has helped farmers better select corn varieties and has taken Jace to the International Science Fair 3 times, as well as the National FFA Agri-Science Fair. Jace plans on studying agribusiness at Utah State University. The third runner-up is Shiley Branham from the Tooele FFA chapter. She is the daughter of Mark and Kelly Branham. Her advisors are Ty Bevan, Jeanette Shields, Cassidy Russell, and Kobe Champneys. Shiley began raising market goats and hogs at a young age. Since then, she has grown an interest in purchasing her own goats and breeding her own show animals. During this time, she has learned the basics of artificial insemination in goats and was able to successfully breed her doe artificially. She has become proficient in using the school's ultrasound machine and been able to check her does and confirm pregnancy. In the future, Shiley hopes to be able to continue breeding her own goats as well as join the Navy to serve her country. The second runner-up is Josie Gilbert from the Emory FFA chapter. She is the daughter of Paul and Charmin Gilbert. Her advisor is Justin Thornley. Josie bought her first goats when she was 11 years old. She has since increased her herd to 25 breeding does and 1 buck. She has worked hard to improve the quality of genetics in her herd. She uses her own goats to show in many of the state-sponsored stock shows, as well as sell the rest as show quality wethers. She has won Grand Champion Buck twice and Reserve Champion Doe at the Southeastern Utah Junior Livestock Show. Her future plans are to attend Utah State University and become an elementary school teacher. The first runner-up is J.C. Olson of the Manila chapter. He is the son of James and Darlene Olson of Manila. His advisors are William Schell and Michael Hughes. JC's productive program includes breeding sheep and market lambs. JC has increased the scope of his operation from 5 head of breeding sheep as a freshman to 43 head this year. He sells many breeding rams from his herd to commercial sheep producers. He has also shown his own lambs at junior livestock shows around the state. JC will attend Utah State University this fall. He plans to enter a career in agriculture business and continue to operate and expand his sheep enterprise. And the winner is McCoy Pace of the North Summit FFA chapter. He is the son of Colby and Mackenzie Pace. His advisors are Katie Silcox, Shote Roth, and Tiffany Myers. McCoy started working on the family ranch as a little boy. Instead of taking payment for his work on the ranch, his dad paid him in animals when he turned 14, thus starting his SAE project in sheep and beef production. McCoy's sheep flock is focused on 40 high-quality show ewes. His goal is to raise quality show lambs for 4-H and FFA members. His cattle herd is focused on a beef commercial herd. McCoy serves as the chapter vice president. His future plans include attending Casper College in the fall to livestock judge.
What goes up must come down, just like our car's gas tanks. Sometimes I would drive and forget to stop and fill up my car, which I would not recommend, by the way.
Just like our cars can't run on empty, neither can we. I know during my time in FFA, whenever I felt down or discouraged, running on empty, so to speak, there was always a few individuals I would turn to and receive the encouragement and motivation to keep going. As state officers, we wouldn't be where we are without our advisors. Join us in thanking them and recognizing their incredible support.
Mr. Pace, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have been so involved in the FFA. You always pushed me to be the best I could be, always helping me to become a better member and man. Thank you. Mrs. Joyner, thank you so much for making me do all the things you did. First science fair, then raising a lamb, and most importantly, joining the FFA. I am where I am today because of you. Thank you. Mr. Schaefer, I may not have had you as a teacher, but you taught me so much as my advisor. You let me know what to do and where to do it, and always made sure I was on the right track. Thank you. Mrs. Toon, you may have only been my advisor for a year, but your influence on me was far greater than a year's worth. I will always cherish the little time we had together. Thank you.
Mr. Aston, thank you for always pushing me out of my comfort zone, even if I was reluctant. The impact you had on me, both in the classroom and the many places you took us traveling, will never leave me. Thank you for caring about who I was becoming. I will always appreciate the time spent with you. Mr. Erickson, thank you for all of your wise wisdom. I will never forget the many life lessons I learned from you in class and in crazy car rides. You've always believed in me, even when I didn't believe in myself, and I will always be grateful for those life talks. Thank you for reminding me to stay true to myself. Mr. Perkins, even if I never had a class from you, lessons were learned every time you were around. Thank you for coming in mid-year and treating us all like you knew us for years. You are the ultimate example of leading by serving. Thank you for all the talks to keep me on the right track. Thank you to the three of you for always reminding me who I was serving. Love, Sabrina.
Miss Hone, you have inspired me to follow my dreams, to get my hands dirty and get back up when I was down. Thank you for always having my back when I need you. Mr. Huddleston, from playing darts to talking about science and golf, your fun, energizing spirit will always be a part of me. Thank you for all the great times we have had and will have. Mr. Gust, since the first day I walked into your room, you have not only been my advisor, but my best friend. I'll never forget our personal discussions and times where you convinced me not to give up. Thank you for seeing the potential in me I never did.
Uncle Ray, I will always be grateful for your few yet profound words, as well as your ability to make Dr. Pohl episodes a part of the vet science curriculum. Thank you for encouraging me to go after my dreams and supporting me every step of the way. Miss Reed, thank you for not only being my advisor, but one of my closest friends. Your door was always open and I was always welcome. You have made an impact in my life that I will forever appreciate. Love, Micah Joe.
Cody, if it weren't for you, I never would have zipped up my very first blue corduroy jacket. Thank you for pushing me to memorize the creed as a freshman and for helping me every step of the way. We've shared a lot of laughs and I'm grateful for all of them. Z, I never took a class from you, but you still taught me so much. You've given me many pep talks and you've always helped me believe in the good that I'm capable of. Thank you for your kindness. I will never forget it. Miss Frank, if I had a nickel for every time someone's thought we were sisters, I'd be rich. You taught me the value of thinking outside the box and you always put others first. You constantly motivate me to do better, and I'm so thankful you came into my life when you did. Rose, I've spent countless hours in your classroom stressing out about one thing or another. and you always remind me that most of the time, I already know the right answer. I just need to look inside. Thank you for always believing in me when I don't believe in myself. There aren't enough words to thank you. Love, Gracie.
Mr. Hansen, I'm so happy I got to have you as an advisor. From your driving skills to your way good stories in animal science, I will never forget the memories made in the ag class. Thanks for reminding me that there's not a job that doesn't have to do with agriculture. You inspired me to become the best version of myself, and for that, I'm forever grateful. Miss Knowles, thank you for believing in me and everything I wanted to accomplish in FFA. You are more than a teacher and advisor to me. Thanks for supporting me through it all, from nationals to running for state office. I'm so grateful to have had you as an advisor.
And our appreciation for the Utah Agricultural Education Program and the people who make it possible as we enjoy this next video.
Every day I wake up and put on my shoes to do what I love. Every day I go to teach the people who will determine our future. Every day I get to see them learn and grow. Every day the world's problems grow bigger, and every day we prepare students to solve them. Every day I teach future farmers how to feed the world. Every day I teach future ranchers to care for the animals we depend on. I do this every day to provide for my family. Every day, I impact individuals who will inspire entire generations.
Every day, I learn to design, repair, and create.
Every day I learn to raise, nurture, and provide.
Every day I learn to plant, grow, and harvest.
Every day I learn to teach, communicate, and inspire.
We are so grateful for all of the incredible individuals we call agricultural educators. They truly help our FFA world go round. Thank you for helping teach, lift, grow, and inspire the leaders of tomorrow. Now, we'd like to recognize a couple of individuals who have been an essential part of our organization.
Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has, says Margaret Mead. Miss Cook, you are a thoughtful, committed citizen who already has and will continue to change the world through your kindness, dedication, and love. You have touched countless lives throughout your years with Utah FFA and will touch many more as your adventure continues. We're so blessed to have had you this year, Miss Cook. Thank you for the laughs and life lessons. Love, your 2019-2020 State Officer Team.
Though the position of Executive Secretary leaves big shoes to fill, McKenna Wallentyne is more than capable of filling them. McKenna and FFA share a long past, from member to state officer to an advisor to helping our foundation be successful. Utah FFA is lucky to have you. On behalf of the Utah FFA Association, we welcome you to this new chapter of your FFA journey.
From seeing a bear at the Southern Utah Chapter Officer Leadership Training to meeting and making friends across our beautiful state as well as across the nation, we've had an incredible year, to say the least.
Now, kick back, relax, and enjoy the 2019-2020 Year in Review slideshow.
I'm not crying, I just have something in my eye. From the beginning, Utah FFA has had some amazing individuals behind the wheel, steering FFA members towards success.
Next, we will recognize our Utah FFA past state officers.
Utah FFA State Association has truly had some stellar individuals leading our members. We are so grateful for their leadership and their continued legacy. Thank you to all past state officers.
10,000 miles, 7,000 members, 454 days, 87 chapter visits, 6 teammates, and 1 state association jacket later. We have come to our final destination.
Though it's been a journey we never want to end, the time has indeed come for the 2020-2021 state officers to take the wheel. Utah FFA, it has been an unforgettable journey with you this past year. You gave us quite the ride, and we are grateful for you. It started with you, now keep going.
Stay tuned immediately following this session as the nominating committee delivers their report and the 2020-2021 Utah FFA State Officer Team is announced.
Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I do, Madam President. I have the following announcements. Utah FFA, thank you for hanging out with us these last few days. We appreciate every act of service and kindness you've shown us this past year. Remember, it starts with you. Make sure you tune in this afternoon at 2 p.m. to find out who will be serving as your 2020-2021 Utah FFA State Officer Team.
Does any member or guest have any unfinished business which should now properly come before this session? We are about to adjourn the 5th and final session of the 92nd Annual Virtual Utah FFA State Convention. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, join me in a salute to our flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I now declare this Convention Hall adjourned until 2021.
Don't forget to grab your digital event bag and head over to our virtual expo to see special deals and connect with many of our sponsors.
You can visit our expo by clicking on the link in this video's description.